seeing Waiting for America's Money. But again, I don't know if there's a lag, so I don't know how long you guys have been going.
We've been on for about like 5-6 minutes.
But now we're live.
We are live now.
You know, we just had a whole conversation.
We had a
with
whole
y'all,
conversation.
and apparently it wasn't seen.
So we were working with our lovely people in the
tech
back.
department.
The tech. Okay, so we are on now. Look, you know what? Like I shared, like we all shared, and we're gonna grow with you guys. So welcome everyone, because you know we thought we were on live, and we're actually just running our mouths here on our special edition tonight. And so the special edition tonight.
I'm gonna tell you why this happened. I broke my phone, so I don't have anything checking our our stream right now. So I had to. I closed it and went to YouTube Studio, and they didn't say we were live at all. So I had to check with our back department to see if it was true. Or
And
not.
thank God for that, because we was digging in pretty deep. So we're gonna just rewind. So
Let's start over. I'm Jamaal Williams.
and I am Christopher Barris.
This is America's Mind, America's favorite podcast.
Because you guys told us so. That's why it's the favorite. So thank you guys.
We're gonna be short today because of Easter and whatnot.
That's our special edition.
Yeah, it's our special edition. Special edition Easter.
We gonna try our best not to be rambling for 90 plus, okay?
Yeah.
Because right now, everybody's with their family, eating. The itis might have kicked in. Hopefully you guys are not too intoxicated. Please don't drink and drive, first and foremost. And so just rewinding back to this conversation we just had. So Jamaal actually had a special item on his plate that made top 10, and he was talking to his uncle, and I just overheard the conversation. Antenna went up, and I'm like, okay, never knew it. Would you like to share with America what made your top 10 of items to eat?
All right. So what happened is, what the nitty gritty is, what the skinny is I eat pig feet. It's in my top 10 food. It's up there. We had this discussion already, so I'm gonna try to recap what I said. I was saying if I was on death row and I had a last meal, and they were like, "What do you want?" I might put like ribeye on there, New York steak, some chicken wings, and pig feet is gonna be in this rotation. If they're like, you could get anything, and I could just order whatever I want. This is a buffet. It's gonna be on there. Last meal. Like, I'm finna get out of here, I'm gonna put it on there.
And that caught me completely off guard. Because if y'all go serve me some pig feet, y'all besta. Don't quote my words, y'all besta not tell me what it is, because I ain't eating it.
But yeah, I'm letting Chris know. I'm gonna try and dabble him in some pig feet. But at the end of, maybe we should do this on stream. Maybe that'd be something entertaining to do. We'll have Randy get you just one little nugget of pig feet, warm it up with some hot sauce, and bring it to you, and then you could take it like like one of those bites.
I'm like the pickiest eater almost ever, especially as a black man.
Me and my wife talk about that, because you don't like seafood, but you like salmon. So we always try to figure out like what the seafood lane is, because when we do these shows at my house, we usually cook. We usually either cook
Which they're
something
really
or order
outstanding
something.
people for that. I thank you and your wife for that. That's like the best part of the night for me. And his wife will text me of like a criteria list of things I do eat, don't eat. So I think like one time I kind of bummed her out because she asked me something about like banana pudding, and I was like, and she's like, oh. Wow. Okay, Chris. Like, damn.
I think a lot of foods you don't eat, you haven't tried before.
That might be.
Like, okay, so if we talking about your seafood do not eat list, is it like? Have you tried fried shrimp?
I have, and what gets me with seafood is just that the smell of it doesn't antagonize me to want to eat it. It doesn't bring any urge to be like, oh, I want to eat this, versus like, for instance, as an example, but I do like, it's like, when some bacon is frying, like bacon has that smell where when it goes inside your body, it attacks your stomach, and your stomach growls harder, like, oh my gosh, I want to eat that.
Appetite. I know exactly what you mean. You could be anywhere in the house and bacon is getting cooked, and the cartoon where the scent is going and it catches the nose, and the cartoon character float on the scent. That's bacon.
That's bacon.
Got you.
Especially when you're like
that's not pig feet. Pig feet smell.
We hear it sizzling, and you got that smell. Oh, it's like, I know that we're not supposed to eat it, kind of, sort of, but I'm eating it.
So you're more like a smell texture person.
Yeah. Now, but as I'm getting older, I am dibbling.
Dibbling and dabbling.
You would have to give it to me, like, pause. But you would have to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it was like put on the plate, it kind of forced me to eat it. I'll eat it. You know what I mean? Like shrimp, for instance.
Wait, what Reddy say? Your mom wanted me to say her feet are swollen from pig's feet. That is not a true thing. What does that even mean? Is that an allergic reaction or something?
Allergic reaction or too much sodium intake, one or the other.
There you go. Here's the nurse take. Give us the diagnosis. Give us the diagnosis.
But But I learned something about this man today, because I just would have never, in my Tony Baker voice, I never knew. He said top 10. I was like, wait, huh? Like, damn, you put that up high. I'm thinking about plenty of meals and dishes that would easily breeze over that. But
give me like a 5 or a rundown.
I'm like, I baked chicken with
I cannot even conceive. Baked chicken breast.
Yeah. Oh, that's it. That's the best part of the chicken to me.
Nah, you tripping. Yeah.
Oh, see, yeah, you must be a thigh guy.
Yeah, I'm a thigh guy.
I pass those up all day of the week.
I'm thighs and wings.
Wings is breast.
Keep all them other pieces
So
away.
we gonna be on here longer than we supposed to be, because wings are breast.
Thighs and wings. The wings are like the side of the. Like it's like saying arms is chest. No.
Like I am a breast chicken eater.
Breasts are so dry.
But
they dry. You can't fry your breast.
I don't know. Maybe because I'm just into that blend type of food like that.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Because I can.
It sounds like you don't like complicated textures, smells, none of it. Okay, go. I'm interrupting.
No. You're not. No.
It's like you started with baked chicken, not fried chicken. The first thing you said out your mouth.
So
your top 10 food list is baked chicken.
So
I cannot comprehend.
So people that know me, they know I'm on this new health quest.
Forget all that. We talking about the ruthless meals.
So ruthless
we talking
meals.
about to kill yourself. Yo, this is no death row. You ain't worried about your health.
Oh, okay.
Give
Give me some chili cheese pastrami fries, from Stevens.
That's not a. Okay. I will take it. We'll take it.
And then I'm a junkie when it comes to hamburgers.
Oh yeah.
I'm a junkie when it comes to steaks. You've actually introduced me how to eat steaks properly. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Because at one point I was afraid of medium rare.
That's my contribution to society. I want to go around and get people to stop eating well done steaks.
Don't eat well done steaks.
You should never eat a well done steak.
It's such a disservice. Medium rare steak that's prepared correctly is fantastic. You don't even need the A1 sauce. I feel like if I'm making somebody a steak and they smother my steak with A1 sauce, you slap me in the face.
It taps into your like your animal instinct. You know your ape brain that's like that wants to stab stuff and just rip it off the side of the animal. That's what it does. That's what a medium rare steak does to your brain. It like gives you that drip of animal instinct. It's delicious without you knowing why.
And it has to be perfectly medium rare. So don't take our words out of contents and try to say, oh yeah, I want blood. No. Medium rare.
No blood.
No blood.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. With asparagus, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
I would say a baked potato.
a fully loaded one if you can. With bacon, sour cream, green onions.
See, we talking, we connecting now.
Yeah, see?
Back to the pig feed though. Why did say?
So, pig feet, if it was, you would have to prep it. If you prepped it like beautifully and didn't tell me, key word there, and if you didn't tell me,
So you wouldn't try it.
I would try it.
You would try it. You need a snibbler of pig feet.
Today, America, I will try some pig feet.
All right, so Randy, sometime during this stream, if you can hear this, bring Chris a snibbler of pig feet.
Oh, we
on
doing
the
it
plate.
now?
It'll be super interesting live on.
All right, let's do it now. Miss Randy, if y'all got some red flavor Kool-Aid to wash that down too, it gotta be red flavor Kool-Aid, okay? Everybody like, what's red flavor Kool-Aid? Look, let me explain something to you guys. If you guys don't know what red flavor Kool-Aid is, then I don't know what to tell you. It's all of the red flavors of Kool-Aid mixed in together, and then what you do is that you pour a little bit of lemonade or so old school does lemonade or like some grape, and that like just perfectly just breaks it up, and it's fantastic. It's not fruit punch, but it's just red flavor Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid doesn't come in flavors; it comes in colors.
Period.
Like, what kind of Kool-Aid you want? Red.
And if you can see through your Kool-Aid, it ain't enough sugar. Yeah, I'm saying it. I'm sorry, diabetics and stuff like that, but look, that Kool-Aid need to be like, if I spill this on this green shirt, you could know that I spilled Kool-Aid on this shirt, how thick the texture of Kool-Aid's supposed to be.
Now, if you diabetic, Kool-Aid is not for you. Kool-Aid is a young person's game. This is some stuff you do between 2 years old and 30. Once you're 30, it's like it's time to start weaning yourself off the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, I don't drink Kool-Aid. If it's available, I'm drinking a cup.
I haven't had Kool-Aid in like probably over 10 years.
Ooh.
But the same, if somebody mix them up and put that pound of sugar in, I feel like you gotta pour the whole bag in there. You ever see?
Yeah, you
don't even measure it out the spoon. You gotta just tip the bag into the jug and watch it pour out the bag. That's the only way to do it.
So look, in Kool-Aid history, it ain't never been measured. If you see somebody there measuring that sugar in that Kool-Aid, I ain't drinking it either.
Yeah, Kool-Aid is almost like supposed to be a concentrate. You know that fruit punch concentrate you get from Smart and Final? It's like basically syrup.
She got it blazing hot, and it's more than a snibbling. It's a piece.
Oh, we gonna go Chris direct on here. I'm gonna redirect my camera. Look at this going on. We got all Chris cam.
I don't even know where to begin.
Picking at the meats.
Look, I don't even know where to begin at. So I'm assuming right here. What's this? Like, this is what I get for putting my foot in my dang mouth, because I don't even know where to begin.
No pun intended. You about to put a foot in your mouth. If it makes you feel better, it's not like the actual foot. It's more. It's like more ankle, right?
So here we go. We gon' see. I don't think I'm supposed to eat this part right here.
What part?
This part right here.
You're supposed to eat everything that's not bone.
Everything is not bone.
Yeah, it's all edible.
Okay, look, I'm gonna aim right
go
here.
for the meaty part.
I'm going for the meaty.
You'll
part.
like that. You'll like that. You watching Chris Chew. He working through it. He gonna say it's not bad because it's top 10 males, son.
I'm actually impressed here. This has a taste that threw me off. My defense was up for maximum saltiness and stuff like that because pork can do that. Wow. I think if just mine is kind of getting away from, see, like in these little crevices, I think that's what I would be aiming at.
What you talking about? What
I'm
crevice?
talking about like right in here.
See, look, the fatty part, like right there.
Yeah, see, I would see.
That's some of the best stove.
See, on bacon, I picked that off.
Oh damn! But it's different. It's different. It's not as saturated or dense as bacon. It's almost like the purest.
It's
fat
not
you
bad.
can
Like,
eat.
you know what?
If on steak, I pick it off.
Okay.
Sometimes.
So this is not bad. So like if this was served to me what we had earlier, thank you for the meal earlier.
All right, you can come
fabulous.
get it, Randy. We ain't gonna torture him for too long. But it's you might not put it in your top 10, but it's not. It's not as bad as you were thinking.
Not, yeah,
right?
because I think because of the figure of speech of it, I'm just like, I'm like
pig
feet. I'm like, oh wait, oh no, like like I'm running. But no,
Right.
it's like if this was
That was entertaining.
diced up the way, I've never had pig feet before in my life.
Well, I'm glad I got to introduce you to that, and at least you have an idea of what's going on.
And then too was to be honest with you, like I am like experimenting a little bit because I went to one of my good friends' house last year, and her husband had prepared a breakfast, and it was actually grits and eggs and shrimp.
Yeah, that's delicious.
And I was
Shrimp and grits?
and it looked fantastic.
Was it the shrimp and grits dish, or was it grits and it had shrimp on the side?
It had shrimp on the side.
Oh, okay, that's a little different then.
So yeah, it was like the grits, the shrimp on the side, and then the eggs. So I guess that was the protein for the meal, and the shrimps were it wasn't fried. They were
Kind of like sauteed.
yeah, because they were
seared.
pink. Yeah. But and I kind of went like this, like ooh, and then she was like ooh crap, get them easy. I was like no, I don't want to disrespect. So I tried one, and kind of mixed it like with like some of the grits, and I was like, okay, that wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Like my mind is opening up. Like if it's prepped to me or prepared to me, you know what I mean. I won't totally like toss it and throw it away. But if it was like
Shrimp
the
and
main
grits, like,
dish,
there's an actual shrimp and grits dish where I think the grits are prepared a little bit different because they're not like breakfast grits. They're a little more yellower. Mm-hmm. Like something else is mixed in there. I don't know. I'm not familiar with how to prepare that dish, but I know they serve it like that. Then the shrimp are on top, and it's kind of like a dish in itself.
okay.
But anyway,
That would
I've had
make
it
and that
before
would
at,
make
like,
sense too because in
restaurants,
that each spoonful you can just kind of go right in and okay. But you know what? I did eat it like that and it wasn't bad.
that's delicious.
It just if I was to go in there and cook it myself, maybe because of how I am, I won't even prep it. But if it was served to me, I am becoming open to certain things. Like I ate with some of my Filipino classmates, and they had handed me some lobster. And I was just like, instant fade into blackness.
About lobster?
And I was like, and they were like, oh, Chris is fine. But they gave me like a good amount of it. And I'm like, damn.
Chitlins, see, Randy asked, what about chitlins? I understand the hatred of chitlins. Chitlins is a lot. Like, it's a lot for the smell and what it actually is. It's actual pig intestines. I like them, but if somebody doesn't like them, I'm not like, you're crazy.
Yeah, I would.
I understand why you don't like them.
We will say that for next week. And I'm not talking about eating them. We'll talk about them.
I've heard all the talks, like the slave talk. That's what they used to give slaves, like their leftovers. But listen. There's the other side of that.
Okay.
If we I ain't gonna say back in Africa, but if we were in Africa, you think they were catching pigs, killing them, and just like throwing away the intestines?
No.
Or you think they ran that whole pig?
No,
They ran that whole pig. Like,
because you don't know when you're gonna catch another one. It's not like you can't go to. It's not like you can go to the store and just buy another one. You know, we're very blessed.
we in a first world country. We get to throw away parts of the animals we don't like.
Yeah, and yeah,
You'd be like, tongue, eyeballs, Yeah, we don't do that in America.
yeah. I know some other countries. It's like they be like, wait, y'all throw that away? That's the best part.
Yeah, Hispanics introduced me to cow tongue. I might have been how you were with pig feet. What is that shit? It's called lengua. Lengua?
And y'all have to couldn't tell me what it is. Y'all better just put it on whatever it go
True
on.
story. The first time I had it, I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
They told me this is lengua. Try it, and I was like, okay, see. And that's cow tongue, and I was like,
Oh, I have a funny story too, like that. So I was dating this girl. I don't want to display her name like that. Not saying we're bad or anything like that, but I was dating this girl,
Crystal.
and we went to Red Lobster. So everybody knows I don't eat seafood, so we go there, and we with her grandmother. So they did like a secret like little setup I didn't know nothing about. So I've been to Red Lobster before. I know they got chicken wings. So I'm like, you know, all right, I'm familiar with the menu. So I order my buffalo wings, chicken wings, whatever. They order a platter. So then they're like, oh, you know, Chris, well, hey, this is fish. Like, you can have a little piece of that. I do eat a little fish, certain type. And they handed me something. And so I'm eating it. So even the waiter knew the disgust about my about me not liking seafood, right?
okay.
So about 30 minutes in, I'm eating certain things. The waitress comes back and sees it on the plate. Oh, I didn't think, Mister don't eat seafood. Wow, look at you. And I'm like,
What you talking about?
girl, what you talking about? That's chicken right there. And she starts cracking up laughing. She goes, chicken? Nah, that's calamari. I go, color what? And so my girlfriend and her grandmother, they cracking up laughing. And so everybody's laughing because they're like, he don't know what calamari is. So I'm like, what is calamari? So the waitress asks, like, can I tell them? And they're all giggly. And she's like, yeah, go ahead. And she goes, oh, it's octopus. And I was like,
Or squid. Yeah.
I was like, wait, the octopus that tries to sink the ship on the cartoon? The one that the captain tries to avoid? You talking about that?
Yep.
And it made the story so funny because it's just like how I described what the octopus is. Like,
The crack they gave you
like
the cracking.
wait, y'all, we eating that? But it tastes like
It's
chicken.
delicious.
And I don't like it because I know it's octopus. Like,
You have to eat it. I don't think you eat raw octopus.
it was like some type of weird sauce.
No, I know what calamari is. It's fried. It's deep fried
Okay.
squid or octopus. But when you order it in sashimi, they give it to you boiled, sliced.
So you can see the
Yeah, you can see the tentacles.
yeah. See, automatic.
You can see that it's an octopus. or
Automatic. I'm starving to death, and I see that, and my body will get into recovery mode of how we are not hungry
I'm
anymore.
gonna tell you the truth though. I think you would like it. Just from what I personally know about what you like about foods, this one isn't gonna bother you,
but-
other than the appearance of it.
And see, I'm gonna have nightmares all day about seeing a suction thing attached to something, and I'm going like this.
I'll show you a picture.
I'm putting it in my mouth. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I am a picky eater. I'm bad. Cause I will just be like, what?
Yeah, you get it like something like this.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, America. I might
America.
it have to be some wages put up, and I don't even want to say that because I don't want Jamaal to get an idea. They'll be like, oh, okay, well he'll eat it if I give him probably $20, and I don't know. Maybe that's why I'm Californian, you know. I stick to the stuff here, but I don't.
Look, this is what we looking at.
Yeah, my body, if I was forced to eat that, I wouldn't want to chew it. I would want to just swallow it and not hear or get a remembrance of how it sounded in my mouth or the fact that I just ate that. I would just probably go and just try to gulp it along with some type of beverage. Like, I don't know.
It tastes better than you think, just like the pig feet. All right, let's move on. We've been on food for we said we were gonna do a 30-minute show. We've been talking about food for 40 minutes.
I'm gonna be honest with you. When we both do this show, we both have our own individual battles. It is fatigue and
Sometimes I don't feel like doing this show. We haven't missed a week since we started. And
Yeah.
I'm proud of that. I never want to miss a week. I don't care if we hop on for 5 minutes and be like, yo, we not doing this show today. I'll do that just to say we did the show.
Yeah, once the cameras start rolling and then we just, because you know what, to be honest with you, the loveliest thing about this whole thing is that, you know, ideas are kind of thrown out there and then we just kind of run with it, you know. And I think that our minds that we have here, you know, we can look at some things and kind of just.
Most of the time we have like a whole program.
We
for
haven't
the
followed the
show.
script yet. Like, not to the T. Like, sorry.
Most of the time we have a whole program of what we're going to talk about, and we end up talking about something for too long, and shit gets crossed off.
It gets crossed
It's
off.
like,
'Cause
yeah,
I'm like,
all right.
his wife jots down all of the notes and
And
stuff.
she's great at it. She gets mad at me too. She'll take the week and just be adding stuff, and I'll be like, okay, and then this stuff just gets pushed back sometimes, and she's like, I'm not even gonna do this anymore. I'm gonna. I was like, no, it's super helpful, but
So, Randy, I'm going to take some responsibility on that
Nah, I'll
because
take all
he
of it.
does present it to me, and my intentions are
Sometimes.
true to get to it. You know, and it's just like in the heat of the battle, we just start. I'm rambling the most about just whatever,
We ramble a lot.
and then you know, we'll get into that, but. You know, thank you anyways for
I'm sniffling. We out. If you ever noticed, we outside. We're in Inglewood this week.
Yeah.
It is cold out here.
it's cold. The heating lamp is way over there.
Yeah, we have a heating lamp, and
We
not
ain't even
by
under it.
and it's not pleasant. I'm getting the sniffles.
Yeah, we're gonna be wrapping up really, really soon. But so
Don't
then,
think I got the veg.
so
I'm just-
then,
you were talking about Will Smith.
so real
retired or
quick, or
something.
Will. So Will say he retires, trying to make Jada happy.
He should have retired on that.
But does the marriage continue?
Like I said, I will never submit that a couple should get divorced in marriage.
I think that you are a bad mama jamma to say
I can't. I just
that.
can't do it.
No, I'm gonna say that you're a bad mama jamma to tell your wife that I retire, trying to make you happy. So at this point, everything's one sided.
Yep.
Like literally, like if I go to Chick-fil-A and I'm gonna buy me a number one, I'm not bringing you back nothing. You know what I'm saying? When we have sexual intercourse, I'm only thinking about me. I don't care about you. When we go into the movies, we watch the movie that I want to watch.
I feel like
Yeah.
that's what he needs to do, though. I don't have any issue
Like
with
I'm
this.
not opening the door for you. I'm not being a
It seems
gentleman.
like he been listening to this like earthy bullshit she's been telling them for a long ass
Like
time.
that's just going on in my mind. Like if I was to tell somebody that I love or a wife, like I'm retired, making you happy, like I'm about to do everything that I want to do. Like, so if I want to buy a spaceship, I'm buying it. I don't care what you say.
I think it's fair. I think he been on her program for the first 20 years. She get on his for the next 20 years. Then they figure maybe the third 20 years of their marriage will be like the happiest time. They'll be like, okay,
Yeah, he's like I'm happy. Like it's gonna be it probably be a wonderful thing. Like, oh, hey babe, are you gonna get up and go to work today?
nah.
No.
Like they're about to make Independence Day 3. You wanna go?
You've been sitting on this couch all day. Are you gonna take a shower today?
Nah.
No. Like, I was thinking that we could go here for this vacation, you know, and then we'll take the kids. No.
Nah.
Like, everything is, if it ain't making me happy, I'm not doing it. Period.
I gotta read this comment before I put it
Uh-oh.
on first. I did not. This thing just came out Friday. It's Sunday. Why you act like I failed at it already? Like, dang.
Was you supposed to take her Saturday, it seems like.
Go no full theater. I ain't doing that. I don't even do that for my movies. We go on Tuesday. On discount day.
Well, Tuesday it is.
I don't even go to my movies on opening night. You try to go see this Harry Potter mess on Friday night? No. Chill. We go. We'll go.
On
And I'm
Tuesday.
gonna hate it, but we'll go.
Oh gosh. What movie?
The Secrets of Dumbledore. You know they've been talking about this movie because it got it didn't get banned in China, but they took out parts of it because not all of a sudden, but apparently Dumbledore is gay. You watch Harry Potter?
I had never seen any of them.
All right, so there's this wizard in Harry Potter. He's like the main greatest. You seen Lord of the Rings? All right, so
I'm one of those humans that just haven't seen a few
all right,
things.
so in Harry Potter,
I'm
they
familiar
go
with
to
it.
a wizard high school.
Okay, I do know that much.
The principal of the high school is Dumbledore.
Okay,
So he's that wizard.
Gotcha.
And apparently he's gay.
okay.
Because why not? Because it's it's these
Now,
times.
in real life or in
the movie.
In the movie. Oh, okay.
Although it never matters in the movie because he doesn't do anything romantic or he doesn't have girlfriends or boyfriends. He's like
It's
the
just
principal.
the preference came out and it.
I think it came out in the interview with the author. And she was like, okay, he's gay. It was almost a throwaway thing. But then, because of the times, they made a movie. Mm-hmm. The second Harry Potter series is called Fantastic Beasts. This is the third one. It's called The Secret of Dumbledore. And parts of it have to do with his sexuality.
Okay.
And so in China, they were like, nah, take those parts out. Get those out of here, and then send us the movie. And then the studio was like, "Okay, cool, we'll send you the."
But
If
if those parts create or make it to be more relevant, then it needs to be put in. And I'm not picking sides, but I do understand. Like if it was parts that are meaningless to the outcome of whatever they're trying to present, then yeah, I agree. But then if they was to do that to all these movies, we would only get 30 minutes.
I haven't seen these movies, so I can't say. I did see all the Harry Potter movies, and it never crossed my mind which way Dumbledore swang. It's not part of the movie at all that you would have to care to get anything from Harry Potter. Apparently now it's something, and then
with that being said, he will let us know.
Yeah, I'll let y'all know how gay Dumbledore is.
So we're gonna try to hold up to our special. So we're gonna just dive straight into the main event of the night, which is the topic of discussion is why do people date?
What's the point of dating?
And what's the point of dating?
We're not gonna. I don't think we should talk about how we started talking about this subject. Mm-hmm. This is something kind of me and Chris been talking about, and me and my brother and Chris have been talking about for a minute. Mm-hmm. Kind of on and off. We've had like me, him, and my brother have had at least one hot Xbox Live late night conversation about a topic like similar to this. And so the question is, why do people date? I think in general today, people date to date. They say they date to get to know people or something, right? It doesn't really have like a final outcome. And you can tell by the marriage rates, it doesn't have a final outcome.
I agree. And that's the part, and how I think about it.
Like I said, we outside in Inglewood, so you go hear that sometimes. Even though Inglewood's not as bad as it used to be, but you still go hear the occasional siren.
And so the issue, and so my mind goes into thinking where it's like, yeah, we have to be. Let me see. I've been promising my mom not to curse on here, so far so good. So this was one of the questions that I asked one of my friends one time that was dating somebody. So they were dating somebody, so obviously they were, I'll say, effing them too. So I was like, well, we're at this point in our life, we can't be effing for nothing. We got to be effing for something. Like somewhere down this line, there needs to be a goal that needs to be accomplished. And, you know, because we're not kids. I'm not condoning the kids having sex, but what I'm saying, like, we're not like late teens and 20s and mid 20s and even 30s. I'll even say that. Like it got to be more brought to the table besides just this. After the 15, 20 minutes, then what? Like, what can you do for me? What can I do for you? Not in a service type of sense, but can we get along outside of that realm? I believe that in relationships, there are many realms, you know, so can I not piss her off or vice versa? Can I not make her upset, vice versa? You know, things like that. So, you know, back to the subject matter in hand, with dating, I feel like that people in today's world are dating with no ulterior motive.
We're not an ulterior motive, but a motive at all.
And so who's the cause of that? Who causes that? I'm like, are we gonna crown a jacket tonight?
All right, so if we talk about our experiences with women, we're straight men, so we're gonna say women.
Okay.
Because anytime, like, I can bring up instances where dating has kind of been like a sporadic trial thing. No, you know what? I even think it's women in the practice, like in the teaching of this thing.
Yeah, I think.
I gotta think about that, yeah.
So
that's a good question.
So what I would do
I
first.
didn't expect you to ask that question. I wasn't ready for that one.
No worries. So let's come to an agreement. So people that date. When I mean people, I'm talking about any type of person. So let's not try to dissect this and put this in a pie graph. So people that date, the purpose of dating is to get married.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So we're both on the same page. So
it can't be anything else. It could be fun. Nah. Yeah.
But I feel like that comes along with it.
I think the purpose of dating is to get married. You
I
can
agree.
do everything else you want to do outside of dating. You can be a hoe or a bachelor outside of dating.
I agree.
Because most bachelors don't date chicks.
No.
No, they just have
outings.
They have, yeah.
And then depending on
they
which
have outing, or they might not even do that. They
Yeah,
just might have a circle of girls that run through.
yeah, and then depending on when okay, so see, that's a perfect example that you brought up here too, because see, some women have been caught in this trance where they were that circle of friends that were just having fun, and then this guy up and got married to somebody else.
When he was ready, yeah.
And then they were looking like, well, wait a minute. I've been here the whole time. We've been doing this and doing that. Like, well, yeah, you were the fun part. Somewhere down the line, you eliminate yourself. You know, so I feel like that women from the jump need to basically say, I'm dating to get married.
As far as women go, I can't speak for women. Maybe men do this too, but as far as I see women, sometimes they eliminate themselves just by participating in like the circle, in the rotation.
I agree.
Like even if a dude is openly saying, "Oh, I just got a rotation," and they're like, "Okay, and they try to change him and make him date them. Just by participating in that rotation, sometimes they be out of here.
Ladies, don't take this.
I mean, not out of here, but like when you get it in your head that you want something more, that you don't consider any of these people in the rotation, usually.
Because here's the funny part. I asked 2 people this. I won't disclose, but I asked 2 young ladies this, and I asked them. My question was, would they go out with a man that's actively sleeping with 2 different women? And the answer was yes.
Yeah.
And it's like, see, it's those things right there that will put you in a circle or put you in a rim of a situation that's no good.
I already know where you're going. I don't think men think that same way. I mean, we would be in the road. We would be one of the 2 dudes. But if we were like, say, if you're dating not dating. Like, say you're messing with a girl, and it's that it's you and another guy. When you really want a relationship, you probably will cut that off.
Absolutely.
You probably won't try to bring her. Like you're not gonna try to convert her into the relationship.
No. Usually when guys make that decision is, let's say if they have a rotation of 1 or 2 girls and they're eyeballing one particular, and once they kind of get her prepped and ready, or they feel like they're ready to pursue that, they definitely will get rid of the extra curriculum because they don't want to create a distraction. But see, on the flip side, I don't think women do that. I think women try to explore all their options
date for free. Yeah, women. You know why? Look, even if we're talking about female friends, and I've had this experience. Female friends are not free.
No, they're not.
Female friends aren't free. People dating isn't free. Side chicks aren't free. Like, women are never free to
the side chick can be the most expensive.
Yeah, so
she wants what the main girl got.
Women don't have to experience like that level of dating, where every time they pick up somebody, whether it's for fun, casually, for dating, for friendship, but for anything, it's gonna cost you something. Women don't have to experience that.
So
they think all this shit is just like you get tickets on the rides, and then people are just handing them out, and they get to go on any ride they want, and they be like, "Why don't you guys want to do this?"
So, quick question: if you could answer this, where did they come with that thought process? Like, who puts that in their head? Like, I can't expect Big Mama to be putting that in their head. Unfortunately, there's no Big Mamas that exist.
Yeah, see, we could say that we're a certain age though.
Yeah.
Like, say, like my daughter's 22. Shit. That applies to her, so that I can't use her as an example. I feel like Big Mamas are like 40 now.
Yeah, they are.
For a lot of people. Anyway. Yeah.
So that, I think that's the problem right there. That you don't have no Big Mamas that she can look into the future, like at something, and be like, "Oh yeah, girl, you better go get him." Like, you tripping? Like, what? That's just such and such. Like, yeah, that's just such and such. But do you see what his daddy do? Like, she's already sized up what the daddy doing, what the mama's doing, and she knows that they gonna pump that in that boy. And girl, you better be there ready for that ride. You know what I mean? When that ride come, or he gonna snatch from somebody else. You know?
Yeah.
So I think that possibly. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to defend the women on this one.
It was Spider. Are you flicked it?
Yeah,
because smash that thing,
man. Because I don't want to turn to the Amazing Spider-Man. Because I don't know.
That was a big ass spider though.
If it was black, maybe I'd have killed it, but it was brown. But we're gonna be wrapping it up soon because we got arachnophobia
Spider
going on out here. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the thing is, like, I'm gonna have to side with women on this one and say that
side with women.
I'm gonna have to side with them and say that, unfortunately, This is not their
Yeah,
fault.
because you've been asking me the questions. Whose fault is
Yeah,
it?
so I'm gonna answer that question for
Right.
myself for myself and basically say, unfortunately, I don't think that I can put the blame on anybody because of the generational is being younger now. Like it's hard for them to know something if they're not getting the knowledge from the jump. That's basically what I'm saying.
Nah, they getting the knowledge. There's people out here saying things. They might not be listening to it, or they might hear it and think it's crazy, or something like that. But that doesn't mean they don't hear it.
But then also at the same time too, they have to.
What's up, Father?
At the same time too, hey Dad. At the same time too, there's a lot of people that are not practicing what they preach. No shot to Oprah Winfrey. Using her for example, like if I was a woman, I would never take any advice from her.
No, you can't take dating advice from Oprah.
Because she's not at the pinnacle of what you should be at with a relationship. Like you should be in a relationship to be married if you're able to have children.
Oprah never been married. She been dating the same dude for 30 years.
That's what I'm saying, and I
Why
just
is he still there? Well, because she got $1 billion. I know why he's still there.
but no.
But still, why
But
is he
we
still
don't. But
there?
we don't care about the money. Remember?
Yeah. Why is he still there?
Because it's flex. Because it's flex. It's convenience. It's flexibility. I'm sure. I don't want to
We
make
don't care about the
assumptions.
money, but look, it's got to be hard to leave $1 billion.
Oh no, you're not gonna
lifestyle.
find. You're not gonna find that nowhere else.
He like
if he
that's
was-
that's a different situation than caring about the money. Like we don't care about your little money, right? We don't care about your little 50,000, 100,000, but $4 billion.
But she wasn't
I might
at.
start caring about the
But
money
she
a
wasn't
little
at the
bit.
billion right away.
She
So
wasn't,
so
right.
I don't know. That situation is very unique. But at the same time, like I don't know. I'm like I would just hope that when you're in a situation like that you want to get to bigger and greater things. Like I worked at a hospital and you will be surprised how a person being married to you is so important
Oh yeah.
because your life could be on the line, and if you're married, your brother, your auntie, your mama, your father, anybody can't dictate nothing without that other person's consent. And that's how dangerous and how important at the same time marriage is. Like I've seen couples hugged up, and they're like, hey sir, yeah, we're gonna have to talk to your wife about doing this and that. And she's like, oh, it's me. And they're like, actually, oh, are you Rebecca? No. And he's like, I've seen it like 3-4 times. And it's like, wow, so it's like,
Yeah, you can't say anything, right?
Yeah, you
ain't
can't-
making no decisions.
you
in
can't
here.
dictate nothing. So women, please don't do that to yourself neither. But I'm just going to say this on the record that women, please start dating to get married. You should want that. We actually do want that. When we get at a certain age,
Or not date. Like,
I
y'all
agree.
Y'all can mess around. We live in a free country, one of the freest countries on earth. Women have the most rights here that they do anywhere. Y'all could not date nor get married if you choose to, and do whatever you want. But I think it should be important to distinguish what these things are for.
exactly.
Like marriage isn't for getting in to get divorced or play around with.
I agree.
It's a thing that you do. Like like I said, like many times, if you listen to the vows of it, there's no escaping.
Yeah. And
they cover everything in it.
yeah.
And so dating is I don't really think people should date to get married, especially the way dating's thought about now. It's like either you want to get married or you don't.
I agree.
Period.
I
And
just
so
feel like that should be
whatever's
dictated for the
before
start.
That, you're. I think you should just make it clear what the goal is of the thing that you're doing. Not necessarily for the person you're seeing at the time, but for yourself. Like if you say I want to get married, the person that you're seeing or want to see or want to date or are dating should know that's what you want to do, and that's how that should move. And if that person isn't on that same path, then you should move on because y'all doing two separate things.
Exactly.
So it's just
So let's go a step further.
yeah.
Let's go a step further. So keep it 100 with yourself. There's a few things you can't lie to or lie about. So you got to get right with yourself. Have that conversation with you, yourself, and I. Like, what is it that I want? What is it that I desire? What is it that I'm trying to gain? And once you get that, and once you're eating that, breathing that, living that, then the energy around you will start to evolve, and then you're gonna weed out the silliness.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna weed out those fly by night guys, fly by night girls, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be able to see the BS from the jump. Like I can't talk to people that don't make any money. So anybody that doesn't make any money, and when I mean by any money,
Is that a personal statement or like
that's
an
a personal
example?
statement for me. Like, I can't talk to nobody that doesn't get up and go to work. I don't care what you do. I don't care if you are blue collared. I don't care if you work overtime.
Bedazzling shirts and selling them
Yeah,
online.
I don't care if you hustling. You know what I mean? Like, because with that being said, it comes with some type of respect because you respect the business, right? You get up. We play video games almost every night, but I know that you get up at 4:30. So why? So why?
5:36, yeah.
So why would I keep you up to 1, 2 o'clock, knowing that you got to get up? See, there's a lack of respect there.
Well, I don't think it's your position to keep to tell me to go to sleep.
No, absolutely, but it's not. But it's
I
not
think
my
you
goal.
respect when I be like, I gotta go.
Yeah,
you
it's
don't
like,
fight
yeah,
it.
go,
Like,
yeah,
come
go.
on.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. You want people around you like that. So that's why, like, people that don't make money, they have a hard time gravitating to me, and I have a hard time gravitating to them because we don't think alike. Like, I only work 2 days a week, but please believe, let me get a call to make some money. I'm doing it because I had that hustler mentality too. I'm like, and once I obtain this license,
You
know,
work 2 days a week because you upgraded. Like,
well, yeah, well, that's what I'm just
if
saying.
you're
Like,
hearing this, don't let Chris think that he on part time. He upgrading his profession, his career, and he took that.
that had to do what I had to do. So even with that, you know what I mean?
I'm gonna tell you what it is. Chris is a nurse. He has a nursing certificate. He wanted to upgrade that nursing certificate, and for that, he works 3 less days so he can go to school. So don't let him try to play you like he ain't doing shit.
What's going on, D? I see you, man. So absolutely, man. You know, you got to surround yourself with those type of people. And I know we're drifting off of a subject a little bit.
Not really, because if say if you are in this crowd of dating just for fun and your friends are dating just for fun, it's gonna be real easy to stay there because y'all just gonna be talking about, oh, this guy on this date did this and what happened, and he some crazy conversations come out of this dating thing. How much is spent on a date? Remember that sensation about $200 dates or whatnot? So that's outside of the purpose of dating.
Yeah,
Outside of the purpose of dating to get married, you really shouldn't be spending. If both of y'all are on point, especially if you doing good for yourselves, y'all shouldn't be spending nothing on dates. Because y'all not on a date to impress each other. Like, y'all on a date to get to a destination. So even talking about money on dates is in the crowd or a circle of things you can tell you're in the wrong circle of people.
Absolutely. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I've been on some really cheap dates where it was like we went to Starbucks and we just ordered 2 coffees and maybe some little sweet stuff to go with it. So under $20. And it's like, I was in great. I actually had a wonderful time with those people, and they lasted way longer because we were dictating understanding. And then it's like, I remember taking this one girl out. I'm not going to put her name on the out there, but I took her to Black Angus, and I spent $200
On this one dude?
on this one girl.
Sheesh.
Been bugging her to take her out for a long time. Finally took her out, and I spent $200. And you know, we only went out once. We actually stopped talking, and it was just like, wow. Like, I'm sure that the man that she's even, because we follow each other on Instagram still, I'm sure the new man that she's even with has probably never spent that much money on her on a date. But I have, and we're not even talking. Like, so it was like, what was it that she was trying to get out of it? You know, just to see how far she could go. It's just like what the Joker said, you know, I'm just a person out here catching cars. Once I get them, then what? And I think that's what happens with a lot of these ladies. A lot of these ladies are just out here dating just to date with no motives. And it's like, when they get burned once, twice, 3 times, in a sense, then that's where you get a lot of these women that bash.
I'm starting to notice that women they so out here dating without a purpose that they get bothered when men have a purpose in dating.
Absolutely.
I like, all right, I won't mention the person's name, or I don't think anybody would know who I'm talking about, even if I said their name. But I have an associate, right? Not a friend, but just basically a Facebook friend at this point. I talked to Chris about this earlier. She was dating somebody, and she has a son. And I guess she approached the entrance of dating as that he shouldn't be worried about her son, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I guess they agreed on that. And so as the time goes on now, he's asking, you know, a few times, what are y'all doing?
Mm-hmm.
What's going on with y'all? Or, you know, I'm flying y'all out. And she's in the mindset like, who is y'all? Because we're doing this and you don't have anything to do with my son. Off top. This shit has nothing to do with marriage. This is why she's having a problem, and she's not understanding that he's trying to move forward. When I hear this story, I'm like, dude's trying to move forward. He's trying to break out of this dating barrier, and so at this point, he's saying, forget the rules that you set, because we can't get past dating.
I'm on first base.
Yeah.
I want to go to second and third. Like,
yeah, we can't get past dating if we don't break the rules. If I sit here waiting for you to tell me new rules, we'll be doing that forever. So he's taking an initiative to change his narrative and what they're doing, and she has a decision to make, right? Is that what that is? All right, so she goes online to complain about it. You know, we went back and forth for a few. Like, look, this is. I basically told him to get away because it was obvious. Like he wants to do something that she doesn't want to do. That's why this is going on. And I think at the end of the day, even though she didn't agree with me, she said the same thing. She said anyway that in another post that she told him that she's not trying to get married and whatnot. And I was like, all right, that's the same thing I said. This is a waste of time for him, because that's obviously what he's trying to do.
yeah, I respect women that know exactly what it is that they want.
Yeah, but that's not a person that knows what they want.
No, absolutely.
It's a person that thinks that this is. I don't know what that. I don't
I'm
know
like,
what that person
I'm like, if
wants.
she's saying that she didn't want to get married, she knew enough. But I felt like that he didn't know that.
He didn't know that she didn't want to get married. I would have known that she didn't want to get married when she was like, "Do not ask about my son in this relationship."
Well, I'm like, I've heard it before in a sense.
There's a level of protection that I can understand.
No, absolutely. Like, yeah, if I first met you, yes, I don't want to get to
Right.
know your kids. No disrespect. Like, if I first meet a woman with a child, it's cool to know about them. Over time, I might know their name because I'm hearing you might be fussing at them or things like that. But to sit up here actively and say that, hey, I want to be with them in the next 3 months, no. 6 months.
I don't even think there's anything wrong with that. Like,
Yeah.
you putting a time limit on it.
Well, I'm just saying. I try to give people a little
Yeah, all right.
grace.
You giving
You know
them
what I
some
mean?
grace.
Yeah. So, that's what I would like. It's not being mean, but it's like we gotta see if we gonna work first before we implement other things.
And Randy asks, How about when a woman initiates today? Should she pay? That's a different conversation.
I still
You know what I would say? I don't think a woman should ever pay for the first date,
first 3 at least. Like my rule is I take you out 3 times.
whether she initiates or not.
Yeah.
I think like as a show of it's almost like a show of not seriousness, but I can't find the word. I think it's a statement of like commitment to to what the relationship is going to be that the man pays.
Now I do agree with that. Let's say if there was something during the date that she wanted like a specialty and she wanted to buy it, no problem. So like let's say like at the second date, say if we went to skating ring.
Oh, I said the first date. After the first date, it's like,
and then let's say she wanted something like, maybe the gentleman in me will probably be like, oh, I can get it for you if you want, you know. And if she's like, no, that's cool, I got it. I'll back off. I'll let her do it. If that, you know what I mean? But but to say just the dates itself, no.
Yeah. I think a little more traditional. Or like I understand the world we live in where things are more split. So I don't think like every time like this has to happen. But in general, I think that men should pay for everything, right? Like I mean everything, rent, bills, dates, such and such. But I know we live in 2020, the 21st century. Women work; they make as much as men. Whether you believe in the gender
but
gap
I feel
or not.
like that's
And
setting
you
the
have to
tempo.
incorporate. Yeah, that's what I mean. The first date is setting the tempo. It's at least stating that you're going to be in charge of this relationship, and that's what I mean. I couldn't find a word for it.
Like what Darren is asking to split. Yeah, I don't know. Like everybody's rules are different. Like I said, for me,
I believe. Oh, Darren says. I believe. Basically, I think he meant to say. I believe the first few dates should split.
I say if there's no boundary set, because I'm like so it's levels. So if we're just friends, then yes. But if we're dating, my rim is bigger. Cause friend is this.
See,
friend
but
is,
you're going back to the dating that has no intention.
Yeah, but it has to be.
I feel like you saying that because you know dating has no intention. Like you don't think people take it seriously.
No, you're right. They don't take it seriously. But what I'm saying is that broadens my window. Like dating is a window that
Yeah,
I could possibly do this, possibly do that. Yeah. Like if a girl tells me for the jump, oh yeah, we're just friends. So don't get any ideas of it. Yeah, we split.
That's
we split.
It's not a date. We just hanging out.
Yeah, easy. We're just hanging out. No problem.
But that's why I say friends cost money too, because even I would go out with female friends. We would go out to eat, and like something in my head was like, I have the money right now. I'll pay for this whole thing. Like I don't think women have that feeling.
I don't even waste my time.
Like they gotta get.
You was mad at me that one chick when she said certain things. I was like, nah, I ain't doing nothing.
One time.
The girl, remember, forgot her name, and she
you
was.
have to say her name, but it
was like a couple years ago when we were supposed to go out with the church. I met her at the church.
Oh yeah.
And she said certain things, and I just pulled back all the way. I was like, nah, I'm cool.
Yeah.
Because she put a cap on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I might, if you're in the friend zone already, or she's putting you in the friend zone, or flirting, or making accusations that you're gonna be in the friend zone.
Splitting.
Yeah, that's a split.
I agree with you and Darren, except for the first date. When he says the first few dates should split, I'll be like, cool, except for the first one.
I've never done that.
What, split the first few dates?
I've never split a bill in my life. Taking a girl out.
Oh, I have. Me and my wife would split. Like after we were dating for a while, we would split. Oh no, not split. We never split.
Yeah, I never split a bill.
Either I paid or she paid.
Yeah, like it got to a point with me. Like like if she wanted to pay, but then then she would like if she beat me to the punch.
Okay, I mean, so you go out with the intention that y'all paying half and half. Yeah, I don't like that either. I think
Well,
like
that's a cap.
maybe
There's a
you split
cap.
dates.
There's a cap
maybe
on
one of y'all
the
pay
situation.
one date, the next one pays the other date. Split it like that. But going out and eating, and y'all just split the bill like what you had.
I think
Y'all
that's
see how that work in group settings. Like that's not a good idea in the first place.
Men created that. Women haven't created. Men created that, and I think men has created that because they're trying to protect their
manhood.
yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Which is not a bad thing because when you think about it, it's business wise. It's like, look, you pay for what you pay for, I pay for what I pay for. But I feel like to escape that, if you have to go into that questioning in your mind to split, then it's not even worth going.
I think that's true.
Because if you're seeking this woman and really liking her, or you want to get to know her, if you're open and optimistic
if y'all at the table looking at the receipt about who ordered what and who's paying how much, I think it's a little troublesome.
Well, yeah,
like one of y'all paying. Let's go.
I think, like I said, I think men created that, but I think they did that too to
You
kind of
think men
like,
created splitting the bill?
yeah, because a woman's not
Get the
gonna,
freak out of here.
ain't no woman
Oh,
gonna
yeah, you're right,
agree
you're right.
to pay for nothing.
Yes, they will. Women be trying to pull their D's out.
I ain't mad at them, but
Women be trying to pull their D's out nowadays.
where they
Not
at?
they
I'm looking
D's
for
up here,
them.
but they be trying to pull their nuts out.
But yeah, I feel like if you're going into that thought process already, then I think that's not the woman or guy for you. You know, unfortunately. So.
Ew, we are lacking a little streaming thing. I think we've been on too long. My parents' internet isn't as strong as mine, even though mine be tripping too. Okay, wait, I think we back. Yeah,
I've been seeing it kind of jump up and down a little bit.
I think we could get out of here anyway, though.
Yeah, we kind of told a story. It was supposed to be 30 something. Oops. Don't quote me all the way.
We said we're gonna do a short 30-minute show.
But you know what? He
2 hours
actually
later.
was waking up, and then like some ideas started flowing in my head a little bit. So.
Oh yeah, before the show started, I was asleep. I was literally falling asleep on the couch. And like I looked at my watch, I was like, "Shoot, we gotta go do this show." And I tried to wake up.
But it's not. What's it? 9.
No, it's getting back to normal.
What time is it now? That's not bad. It's about an
It's 9
hour and
o'clock.
some
We
change.
It says an hour 20, so we still cut 10 minutes off.
Yeah, that's not too bad. So we'll run with that.
But I do want to pick this conversation up another
Yeah,
day. We'll
the
see.
birds and the bees. That's what I call it. And the guys and the girls. You know, it's always a
I'm
wonderful
at the
topic.
point where I want to be friends first and see where it goes and communicate the intentions. I like that.
I
I
agree.
like that idea. But is you trying to smash while you friends? Because you know that's gonna throw that whole process off.
So I would say this, Darren. Darren's a brother. Yeah, I love him and stuff like that. Awesome guy. Really, really great guy. I would say do that for like the first 2 to 4 weeks because you don't want her to put you in a friend zone too quick. You know what I mean? Communication, that's the key word that you said there. And I agree. Because if we can't communicate, we can't do nothing. So, and this is where you can find out. I'm going to sound a little biased when I say this because women cannot multitask with different men. I'm saying it, and it's a scientific fact that they cannot multitask with talking to multiple men. So if she's already not communicating with you from the beginning, or there's hits and misses, trust and believe that somebody is entertaining and filling that void, because we're talking about a woman or women that almost crash their cars, almost lose their jobs, and almost lose their kids behind fiddling on their phone. I've seen it, and I don't mean to sound like that, but prove me wrong.
Like, I don't have anything to say.
You know,
about it.
I've seen it. I had a homegirl almost crashed her car. I'm thinking, I'm in the car with her, mind you, and I'm like, man, what are you doing? And you're on Instagram. Girl, are you serious?
I don't have a problem with anything he said for any period of time. I don't care if it's 2 years, 3 years, but I think when dudes do this, they be trying to be friends with benefits, and y'all know that when you start getting benefits, the whole situation done changed.
Yeah, well, that's what-
especially in women's heads.
well, that's why-
maybe it didn't change for you. Don't think you friends and you start getting benefits and you still friends. Nope, you're not friends no more. You didn't enter relationship zone to them.
Biggie
And
said
that's
that
why they
96.
get mad when you act like you didn't know you did that by putting the tip in, and you be like, "What? I thought we just friends." Like you already know. So like I agree with what you said, but you can't do that and do the thing at the same time.
Yeah, you can't do it for a long time. So
I think you could do it forever, however long you want to.
that's true. Well, yeah.
But
When that line's
once
crossed,
you cross that line, that experiment is done. You're not friends anymore.
I agree. Yeah,
That's a wrap.
but communication though, Darren, is
Y'all
the number
could be
one
friends
thing.
for 5 years. Y'all just hang out. When y'all go to the movie, she buy a ticket, you buy a ticket. Y'all meet there and all this stuff. Y'all see each other at parties. You could do that for 5 years. But once y'all go home to whoever's house, and then and something slide in something else,
Entanglement.
it's an entanglement, and the friendship is done. Y'all have entered a relationship. You don't need to discuss it. It's not middle school. Y'all don't have to be like, "Do we go together?" It's done. Yeah. Hey, putting it in that's we go together. And so that's all I feel about that.
Shout out to that.
She lying.
To that. Hey, I like that.
She lying.
I promote relationships and positivity and energy and things like that. Yeah, I'm sure you a good guy. What you mean, Jamaal? You a guy that
I'm just messing with
you
you.
a guy that tries to do the right thing and try to do things right. So she was able to.
I wasn't always like that, but I got around to it.
Nah, well, hey, I took my hat. So,
Yeah, we gonna get out of here though. I'm Jamaal Williams,
and I am Christopher Barris.
and this is America's Mind.
Mine.